And if you're new here, thanks for joining me. I'm Annette from Ask Me Decor. So, we've been very busy decorating the house for winter, and we have a little bit more winter decorating to do, and that is going to involve the living room. So I've already done some things, and I want to show it to you. I'm going to talk you through everything I did. I have some thrift finds that we actually did in a thrift haul a couple videos ago. So I used those, and I want to show you how I used those. The next thing we're going to do right here, I have my paper white bulbs. They came in. Ordered them off of Amazon. I'll put the link below for you. So paper whites, if you don't know what they are, they're these really beautiful bulb flowers. They are in the bulb family, and you put them in rocks. A little bit of water, your rocks, your bulbs. That's all you need to do. I'm going to show you how I do mine. When they start growing, they get nice and tall, and they get these really pretty white, tiny little balls of flowers on the top of the stems. They're white, so they make me think winter white. They go along with all the winter decorations, but they also give me that hope that spring is not far away. First, I'm going to take you around the living room and show you what I've done. Then I'm going to do the paper whites. We're going to plant them in a nice little glass bowl. Then we'll do a nice tour through this living room and show you the finished product, the winter living room. So let's get started. Okay, here we go. This is my winter living room. So on the couch, I've added the color Hunter Green. I think it's very wintry and moody and warm and cozy for the winter. So first we started with these nice little throw pillows in a Hunter Green. And then I did this throw on the couch, which is Hunter Green and blue. It has a fuzzy warm side to it, and very cozy and snuggly for winter. So we have that on the couch along with a white pillow. And next I'm going to show you this corner. In the corner in my curio cabinet, let's open that up and see what I have in there. I put these owls in here. They're so cute. They look very wintry to me, and I got them in a department store on a clearance table right after Christmas. I also have these little snowballs here. They're from a country store that went out of business a long time ago. I have these nice little paper boxes. So they fit inside of each other. There's 3 of them. There's the other 2, along with the snowballs and the owls. It makes for a very cozy little setting in the curio cabinet. I took my big snowflakes that I had on the Christmas tree, if you remember that, sat my little wooden snowman on them, and then put my cloches on top of the snowman. I have my dark green vintage radio and some books, and I used all books that had the color green in them. On my chair, I have my homemade chunky blanket. I made that. And I found this cuddle weather pillow with the Hunter Green color in it, which was perfect, at TJ Maxx on their clearance table right after Christmas this year. Up here on the armoire above the TV, this is where I use some of those thrift items that I got at our local thrift store. I showed you those in a video, and this is how I used them. So they're just like little cardboard boxes. They have that Hunter Green color. One has pine cones on it, and the other one says warm wishes. And I staged them with the little polar bear guy that I found at the thrift store. He was like 99 cents. He is so cute. I used these pine cones that I found on the clearance table after Christmas at TJ Maxx. Above the stack, I placed this rabbit fur muff. Way back in the Victorian era, they used to use these little muffs, and this is a children's muff. And I just placed it there to kind of give that wintry look on the cabinet, along with my granddaughter's picture. How perfect is that? Alongside the armoire is a little table with a lamp, and I placed my snowshoes there. Those are vintage snowshoes from an antique store. I have them many, many years. I use them every year as winter decor. I left my reindeer out because I thought he just was like one of the woodland animals that you would see in the winter in the woods. I have a basket there with a rolled up chunky blanket and a hunter green blanket, like just kind of peeking out of the basket. Over here on the fireplace mantle, I placed a cedar garland. Now, I had this on the fireplace mantle with other things mixed in it for Christmas, if you remember that. I just used the garland itself. I placed this is an old wooden drawer. I placed that there and put these deer on top of it. Now, they came from Michael's last year after Christmas on clearance. Behind them, you can still see my tobacco basket. I had that out for Christmas, and I left it there. It has just some pine garland on the top of it. And on either side of the deer figurine, I have some like velvety hunter green trees and my wicker trees. And I think that looks very wintry and cozy. The corner, I left the rest of my reindeer. And on this little cupboard, I put a coffee mug. This is where we sit to have coffee in the evening. So I put my coffee mug there, and I put some sprigs of cedar and some snowy twigs in there. The picture I hung for winter is a picture of canvasback ducks landing in water in the snow, and it's actually called Weather Moving In. I found these two pillow covers. They don't match, but they're very textured looking. And I found them on the clearance rack again. You're getting an idea of how I shop for this stuff. I found them on a clearance rack in TJ Maxx about a month ago, and I think they were only like $1.29. That's one, and here is the other one. They're gray, so they go with my sofa. On the table in the middle, we have some coasters because, like I said, this is where we have coffee and tea in the evening in front of the fire. I have an antler candelabra, some white candles in it, and a lot of pine cones around an ironstone dish. So now you have an idea of how I've placed everything to give it a warm, cozy winter look in this living room. Next thing we're going to do is plant those paper whites. Let's get them started. I'm going to place them on the windowsill, and then I'm going to give you a nice little tour with some music through this wonderful, cozy winter living room. Okay, so this is a very easy project, and I know you're going to be able to do it. The first thing you need is some kind of a bowl or a dish. You can use an ironstone dish. You can use any kind of vessel that you like to put your paper whites in to grow. I like to use clear glass because then I can see the rocks and I can see all the roots growing through the rocks, and it's kind of cool to see it all grow. This is all you need, a vessel to get started. Then you need some little rocks. I'll show you these. I think I got these at Michael's. You can, pick these outside. You can get them wherever you want to get them. It doesn't matter. Just some rocks. I use just natural color. I don't want colors. I don't want glittery anything. I just want natural colored rocks. And this is my paper white balls. So let me cut these open and show you what they look like. You want to leave all that like papery looking stuff on them. On the bottom is like where the roots are going to grow out. And on the top is where the stem's going to come out and grow the flowers. So these little points, you want them sticking up. Let's get our rocks in our pot. Spread them out. That's all you do. Now, you take these bulbs. I'll show you them again. You want to leave all that paper on there, because that'll feed the bulbs. And you're just going to kind of smush them down into your rocks. There's a good one. This bulb seems kind of squishy. I don't think it's gonna grow, so we're probably not gonna plant that one. But the rest of these feel really good. This is a double one, but I'm definitely gonna plant that. I think I'll put the double one in the middle and all the other single ones kind of around the outer edge. So they're just kind of smushed down into the rocks a little bit. And that's it. Let me show you that. All right, here's what we've got going on. We've got our trifle container. Got our rocks layered in there. And then we've got our bulbs. And they're just kind of smushed down into the rocks. And last but not least, you've got to water them. So we're just going to fill this with water. We're going to pour the water in here. And we're going to do it so it comes about to the top of the rocks. That is it. Now, every day you're going to check this water, and if it's getting down below the top of the rocks, you're going to add some water. Add some water. It might not take water every day, but you're going to check it every day and see what you need. Let's take our paper white bulbs. We're going to put them on the windowsill. Now, I like to keep them on the windowsill. They'll get some sun there, and they won't be right in the middle of where we're eating. Some people feel like paper whites have a funny smell to them. All I do is keep them a little bit farther away from where we're eating and prepping food, and they don't bother me at all. So pick a good spot in your house for them, and you'll be happy with them. Let's take them over. Here's a couple pictures from last year to show you what they're going to look like when they start growing. They get very tall, and they get these beautiful clusters of white flowers on the top of them. They look great. Now, everybody sit back and enjoy my winter living room, all decked out and cozy. So that's going to cover the winter living room look. I'm really glad I did it. It feels very cozy and warm and inviting in here. You can do this in your house very easily. I used a lot of clearance items and thrift items. If you have any questions, please just ask me in the comments, and I can't wait to see you in the next video. If you can, now would be a great time to like and subscribe, and I hope you have a wonderful, warm, cozy week.